because I'm here with the one and only Beka!
We'll come back. We'll be back. It's a secret. Good.
I love cow.
We will. Promise?
Pinky promise.
Pinky promise! Hello everyone, welcome to Eventori Talks again dengan gue Ferali, and now you're not gonna believe dengan siapa gue sekarang berada because I'm here with the one and only Beka!
Wow.
Welcome back.
Thank you so much.
Okay, so how many times have you visited here in Indonesia?
This is my third time.
Your third time.
But in a strange way feels like the second, because I feel like when you're traveling and you're on tour, you fly in, you do the show and you leave. Whereas this week I've got to really, I just feel like I've got to meet all the gorgeous Indonesian people.
And we had the honor to have Beka here. How are you?
I'm fantastic. I've had an amazing week.
Yes.
Feels very special. I feel like this is a trip I'll never forget.
Okay.
Because it's the first time being here since I've released my own music.
Okay.
And so I've got to meet people and it's been very beautiful.
Okay, yeah, because it's also beautiful because Beka just had her special gig, secret surprise gig with Honne. How did it go?
Oh, it was so fun. I found out the night before. Everything was booked very last minute.
Okay.
And we never ever get to play those kind of shows
Okay.
where it's really intimate. You can see everybody's face. And I feel like Indonesia is such a warm, like very loving place in comparison to lots of places in the world.
Thank you.
Well done, you guys. So I think getting to be there and have these songs that, you know, normally we're hearing so many voices sing, and this time it was like very special to have
Oh my God.
just these gorgeous faces in the crowd playing.
It's
singing.
very intimate.
Yeah, it
and
was.
very special. And it was like the first ever Honne's intimate concert in Indonesia, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
It
They've
was very
never done that
special.
before.
But it's very unfortunate because actually Beka with Honne had to cancel their performance
Yeah.
at one of the festivals here in Indonesia.
Yeah.
So it's very unfortunate you couldn't say hi with the thousands of audience here, right?
I was so excited for that, but we'll come back. We'll be back.
Sure. Any dates that you want to announce?
It's a secret.
So yeah, it's the third time Beka here in Indonesia. So do you remember? So in 2019, you performed
Yeah.
for one of the festival, La 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 Festival.
Yeah.
One of the International Forest Music Festival. Do you remember that?
First time I'd ever played in a forest.
Okay.
It was the most people I feel like I'd ever seen before in one place. The internet played, and we were massive fans of them at the time.
I know.
And then it took us like 3 hours to leave the festival, which was hilarious because as our car was going,
Welcome
we
to
had, like,
Indonesia.
we had all these amazing fans walking by the car.
Okay.
And it's like we all just left together. It was an amazing memory. Yeah, it was.
So we'd like to help you to remind that a bit by
Okay.
playing one of the videos here.
Oh my gosh.
No.
No way.
No.
Oh. Wow. This is crazy.
Yeah, that was you there. That.
Yeah, having the best day of my life.
Yeah. So I was one of the
Oh.
committee at the Lola Festival.
Yeah.
And we tried to land that video from you. You uploaded that video.
That was me.
Yeah.
Well, you're welcome.
I know. So because you know what? So this is an honest confession.
Okay, get it
Because
out.
we did not take the documentation from the stage to the crowd. So we tried to
Okay.
find all the documentations. We did not have it. And luckily, you had that. So we tried to DM you through the Instagram account. And then
way.
you gave us the video. So thank you.
You are so welcome, but I want some money now.
Yeah, it was so great. And I mean, it was one of the festival that you have had earlier in Indonesia. And then we'd like to know, what was your first impression when you touched down here? I mean, like you saw everything here and then you used all the food and everything.
I feel like when I first came, we'd been on a bit of an Asia tour.
Yes.
And it was the first time I'd ever been in Southeast Asia in my life. And suddenly you realize how varied all the cultures are, like Europe. you know, the Netherlands is super different to Germany, is really different to England, and it was kind of a similar feeling. But I don't think I was prepared for how beautiful it is here. I feel like in London, in the UK, we know about Bali, but we don't know about, you know.
But she's never been to Bali.
Not yet, but I'm going because you guys are going to take me.
Yeah, she will.
Promise. I'd never seen, you know, I had no reference point for what somewhere like Jakarta would be like. And it is so green. The vegetation is like incredible. I'm mad for plants, so the plants keep blowing my mind. The people are so warm. Food's amazing. It's just like and also the like cityscape, and then the more, I don't know, cultural architecture and the fact that it's all in the same place. So beautiful. It's fascinating, and I found it this time round being here. I think I've absorbed it in the most.
Thank you so much. It was an honor for us to welcome her. And talking about the great food here, we have 2 Indonesian great food here. So we're going to introduce you.
Talk to me.
So the first one here, it's called lidi-lidi.
Okay.
Yeah, out there, lidi-lidi. Lidi-lidi, it's actually made from, I don't know what's it called, flour and everything, if I'm not mistaken. And then we add some MSG there. And then another one is called bacang.
Bacang.
Yes.
Okay.
So bacang is like rice, but filled with meat and then wrapped with leaf here.
Ooh.
So between these 2, which one you had to choose?
I'm going to go for the bacang, is that right?
Bacang, yes, that's correct. You are very fluent.
I get so scared saying anything.
Okay, so you want to open this?
Okay, talk to me.
Yes,
What is my best route to opening?
Yeah.
And I'm looking at a bit of rice here. Okay, a bit of rice and meat.
We have rice, and we eat rice in everything.
I can tell. Good.
Really?
Good.
Okay, so yeah, can you tell how does it taste?
Okay, let me have another mouthful.
Sure, you can have.
Can you feel the tension?
Sure, of course.
Okay. Quite different to the 2 other things we had backstage.
Okay, the lemper, yeah, it's different with lemper.
It's a bit more like, it tastes almost more earthy.
Okay.
Is that a thing? I don't know.
Yeah, because we wrap it with leaf and then we try to steam it with leaf as well. So I think it absorbs the taste.
Like not so sweet.
Yep, that's correct.
Tasty though. Like look at me, I'm trying to go back for more.
Of course.
What is the meat? What is this section? Meat.
Yeah, it's actually meat. Yeah. So that's Beka. So it starts with B as well. Beka and Bacang are match.
Oh, I love that. Beka and Bacang.
So yeah, it's also interesting, not only the food, but we are going to talk about another interesting side of Beka, which we need to congratulate because she just launched her EP.
Thank you.
It's your skin.
It is.
Wow. I mean, the first time I saw the cover of the Your Skin single, it's very interesting because it has picture from your grandfather and grandmother. Is it correct?
Yeah, my grandma and granddad.
Oh my God. Okay, so how can you convince the family to put the family picture in your music?
Well, I think when I was kind of writing this whole body of work, I think often with a body of work, I don't always set out for it to be coherent, for it to be one theme, but there definitely was this very strong theme of me sort of thinking about who I am and suddenly realizing where I felt like I was quite a confident, self-assured woman. There were a lot of gaps there in my self-esteem and in my belief in myself and feeling imposter syndrome. And there was this one day where I was kind of thinking about how I was going to wear my hair. And I just had this moment where I realized that everything growing up that had been high fashion and vogue and refined, all those women did not look like me. They did not have the hair that I have. I was not represented. You know, women with hair like me would have been considered fun or, you know, quirky, but never chic and vogue. And kind of suddenly realizing this and thinking, God, that's so sad. I didn't see myself represented. And I think if you don't see yourself represented, it's very easy to discount yourself, which then led me to thinking about who I came from. And my grandparents have this incredible story where my granddad, who you see on the cover of Your Skin, he is a black man from the West Indies, an island called St. Vincent and the Grenadines. Shout out! Woohoo! We love you! It's a very small island, and he grew up, and there was a doctor who used to come to the village, and he wanted to become, bye leaves.
Bye leaves.
Bye leaves. The doctor used to come to the village, and he was so inspired by the mistreatment actually that this doctor had to his people, that my granddad thought, I want to become a doctor at 7 years old. He came from a very poor family, would walk to school with no shoes on, that kind of thing. And just through sheer hard work and determination, managed to win scholarship after scholarship to go to, not London, to the UK to study. And he studied for 13 years. And while he was studying, he met my grandma, who was the eldest of 9 in North Yorkshire. And she was an incredible woman who was also studying as well at the time. They met, they fell in love. And
it was a beautiful thing.
It's just such an amazing thing because she, a black man from the West Indies and a white woman from York in England meeting in the 50s was not something that could happen. Most people,
especially those decades ago.
Definitely, people didn't support them, and they thought what they were doing was wrong. But my grandma's mum was in full support of them.
Wow.
And they got married and had my mum, and then they went back to the Caribbean to start a sort of national health service where they would give healthcare to people who couldn't afford it and people who could. And after years and years and years of hard work, they ended up getting awards from the Queen and helped, thousands of people on the island. And then a few years ago, my granddad was knighted by the Queen. So he's now Sir Cecil Cyrus. And so this kind of heritage story, these people that I came from, who my grandma moving away from everything she knew, having a child, having 4 children under 4 with no support, no family, leaving her country on a boat to travel for 2 weeks after having had an operation. These kind of stories that you're like, how did you have the resilience to do that?
It was hard.
It was. And so I think that's what, that's where your skin came from. It was thinking about that early part of my family story and how that is in me as well. Yeah.
Wow. It was very inspiring and empowering as well at the same time. So I just couldn't imagine. I mean, like decades ago, to have that kind of love story, it wasn't that easy. I mean, there are so many people that you need to fight because you believe what you believe in,
Exactly, yeah, and it takes a lot of energy to have that strength, I think.
Yes, and talking about your skin, I mean, like not many musicians who was inspired by her or his family story behind that.
Yeah.
So you're one of those musicians who would like to, appreciate more about your family during that. And what was the response of your family when they knew that, okay, so you're gonna create this for family and everything?
I think it was very emotional for them.
Okay.
My grandparents especially, my grandma is very humble. She's like, don't talk about what I've done. And my granddad equally is a very humble man. I think they were just very moved. And this year I got to go out with my cousin and film an interview with them to ask them about their life. So it was this very beautiful arc of getting to speak to them about their life and then release the music. Yeah, which will be coming out next year, hopefully.
Okay, next year we're gonna... Exclusive, so secret, everything. And we also like how you complete the formation of your new EP, and then by adding more songs in that, we love Don't Call Me a Friend. It's also inspired by the love struggles of your grandpa and your grandma there. And you have 2 singles that was recorded through the live session.
Yeah.
How was the recording process?
In doing the sort of the EP?
Yes.
Oh, it was fascinating because I love people and I love collaboration. Your Skin was done with a really dear friend of mine called Toby Tripp. And he's hilarious. He would describe himself as having a butterfly personality. Okay. And he just like runs around the room, which works for me because I'm also like a little bit on the like crazy side. But Your Skin was a very emotional song. And having the time with him, I think, to allow it to grow from what I'd written it as initially to be something that is like the journey of the feeling. So the song starts emotively and it's almost like something that I want people to be able to sing to themselves, for themselves, and that to become like a conviction. And we wanted the song to kind of take that journey. Whereas some of the other songs on the EP, Don't Call Me a Friend, that was written with a dear friend of mine, Gil Lewis, who's amazing, and it's a bit more of that 80s kind of pop energy that I love. And we actually wrote that song about a year ago, just before, it was the last session I had of the year, and I wasn't very well. And I just thought, I just can't really be bothered to do this session today, this Zoom session. And in the end, we ended up writing it in like a few hours. It was done and it was perfect. And I love those moments when you just fuse together first time you ever work with someone, and it works.
Yay!
Yay!
And it's lunch. Finally! Your skin is very powerful. I mean, talking about what you said earlier, representative and everything. What do you think about your skin? Which part of your skin that you love the most?
On myself?
Yes.
Oh, what do I love most about myself? Do you want like a physical answer or like a me as a person answer?
Can we have both?
Okay, my favorite thing about myself physically is That's a great question. I haven't thought about this for so long. What do I love most about myself? Maybe I love my hair now because I like that it can do many things.
Of course.
And I like things to change and be.
Did you style by yourself today?
Yeah.
Wow.
Thank you.
That's very cool.
I love that.
And what's your most favorite personality of your own self?
Maybe that I quite enjoy, I like empowering people. I like people to feel like fabulous. You know when you look at someone and you see all the fabulous things about them, but they don't know it about them? I enjoy that. I like those people to know. Is that something? Can I have that?
Yes, yeah.
Is that
you know what? The first time I met Beka, I want to be honest, I tried to have a sip of alcohol because I want to be very confident to meet you because I was so nervous.
Oh my God.
But then I met you earlier and you were so nice, you were very kind.
Thank
and
you.
You know what? Screw alcohol, I don't need that.
You don't need that. You're so lovely.
Thank you. Yeah, and talking about your hair, I mean like your hair is very interesting.
Thank you.
If in Indonesia, we call it kriwil.
Kriwil.
Yes.
What does that mean?
Kriwil means, keriting is curly.
Curly, okay.
Yeah, curly like that. But
yeah,
it's the slang word for curly. So we call it kriwil.
Kriwil.
Yeah.
I need to write it down and then I will remember.
Yeah, you should. What was your last message for the younger girls or guys who needs to be represented by people like you?
I feel like in this life, you have to surround yourself with people who believe in you and love you and see you for who you are. And I think that that's something you've got to pursue because you feeling empowered and feeling confident and strong and important is your human right. So I think my word of encouragement would be like, find one person that you can look to or find one person who you can trust and allow yourself the privilege and the joy of becoming fully you. That is your human right. And in doing that, you free other people, which is important.
It is very important.
Yeah. You look great in your skin.
Yeah.
You look great in your skin.
And if you wanted to look better, don't forget to listen Your Skin as well as the new EP from Beka.
Thank you.
Please remind our audience to listen to your EP.
Please, go and listen to my EP, Your Skin. You can find it everywhere. Follow me on all socials at Beka on Toes. Say hi. Tell me how you feel about the songs. I'd love that. Be my friend.
Yeah. Promise me, she's a nice friend, so you won't regret it, okay? So everyone, thank you so much, Beka. Thank you so much. It's an honor for you to have you here.
Thank you.
So we couldn't wait to see your live performance next year.
Can't wait.
Promise me you're gonna come back to Indonesia.
I promise you I will. Yeah.
Promise?
Promise.
Promise?
Pinky promise.
Okay. Everyone, thank you so much for having us. And we're gonna see you soon on the next episode. This is the one and only Beka.
Yay, thanks for having me.